feelings, it shouldn't be the case. Split my tab. Use the app. Thank you. And that's a part of it. I'm the storyteller. But there is a business behind it and an awesome engineering team behind it. And we do have a French designer who came over from France. So without further ado, he's going to talk about the business.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about the business and customer validation. So we did field surveying. We surveyed about 20 people on the field and around 30 people anonymously. So what we were trying to do initially was we were trying to build something to basically split out itemized bills, but what we found from customer validation that the key problem really isn't about just splitting the bills, but actually getting the IOUs, managing this whole process. People forget about it, and it's a pain. So we had about half the people who actually, their last deal had problems with someone forgetting to, they had to spot someone, or someone forgot to pay them back. And the other thing we found out is that people actually prefer to get paid differently among their friends. So normally people like to pay with credit cards, but actually with friends, they don't work with credit cards. In terms of monetization, since I'm running out of time, so we don't want to charge our users, but if worst case scenario, we can do transactional fee. But what we'd like to do is something a little more sophisticated. So we have a service which shows how much you spent and where you spent it. So you can do things like deals and promotions or loyalty even. It's actually a much better way of doing loyalty than what you see currently. And I can talk about more of that in the Q&A.
I love the idea. I love the design. It looks great. As Michael commented earlier, design is very important, and it looks like you guys did it superbly. You said that splitting the bill is a very complex thing, and the French guy thinks everyone in America should share and all that. But it seems like where the bill was actually split seemed quite complex, to be honest. And I think you would face the same problem with, like, Michael thinking he only ate like a third, but I think he ate a quarter. And whatever, like it would just, that seems like the hassle, and I think maybe if you were to focus on something, like as you said, collecting the money, or just a way of simplifying that, just to splitting it in thirds or quarters.
So I can talk a little bit about that. So we did we weren't really sure on how this went. I mean, I personally prefer to split things evenly. We found most users actually want to split things evenly, and the problem they have is not necessarily I paid for the advertising or something else. Like, they don't want to nitpick on the details. They just don't know how to calculate it on the spot, right? Especially if the credit card doesn't, if the restaurant doesn't split it all the way. So we just wanted a way to calculate that, but we offer the item, since we're doing OCR and we can recognize individual items, we do offer the nitpick, like the nitpicker to be able to use our platform as well. But ideally, in our demo, if you just literally drag the total item and split it across all people, that's the simplest use case. And we do want to tackle payments. We didn't get to build that out really as much, but that's because the validation came later in the time, and by that time we didn't have time to fully integrate Stripe and some of the other things we wanted to build.
Yeah, so I'd say, let's see. I guess like on one side, I think my biggest concern is like how do you get people to like find this in the point where they have a lot of pain and then use it and then like keep using it and like use it through their friends. I'm gonna say one more thing, which is the big question is always like, when was the last time you had this problem and how painful was it? And I think it'd be interesting to ask everyone here, like, when was the last time you went out to dinner with your friends, and then, was it like this great grief that, it's not like, you park your car and you forget where you parked it, and then you get a parking ticket, like, that sucks, right? So it's like, okay, I'll go find an app that tells me where I park and which avoid like street ticketing, right? But if I'm splitting the bill with my friends kind of in that moment, how do I like find this thing and be like, Eureka, we can split it?
So I can talk about a couple of those things. So in terms of how we're getting our users, what we want to do is actually use restaurants to sell our own product. So we want to, and I know it's very hard to sell restaurants. I worked on like in the daily deals industry in Google. But basically, what we want is restaurants that that take cash or don't split bills, or will pass out flyers to incentivize you to download, and we want to expand beyond restaurant bills.
I think there's something really interesting in there as an insight that you guys talked about earlier about like the the waiter doesn't want to like take all the credit cards because it's a lot of work to do credit cards if you otherwise are going and serving customers. I think that there may be something in there that
Actually, from my own experience being a waiter, right? When I give the bill to people, I usually give them like 2 candies and so on to make them happy. They'll tip me more. Actually, we could just provide them with the candies and print like a QR code or something like that, like a little message, like a super fortune cookie, something like that.
And just quickly, the cost of labor and also the transactional costs are very
By the way, thanks for the quantitative customer validation.
We were actually not going to present it. That's in the back.
yeah, we got it. I think
Jazz is down, thanks.
I approve, and then Spanglish is on deck.